Hola mi gente, bienvenidas y bienvenidos a este canal. Me llamo Alba Mar y me dicen Alba y vamos a hablar de libros de Puerto Rico. Hello and welcome back. My name is Alba Mar, shortened to Alba, and we're going to talk about books from Puerto Rico. And today I want to share some of the Christmas books that I have on hand for this season, starting off with Los Tres Reyes a Caballo. This book was written by Carmen Rivera Lassén, who is a children's author and an expert on Puerto Rican artisans, along with Víctor Maldonado Dávila, and illustrated by Mrinali Álvarez Astacio. This was published by the University of Puerto Rico Press. This story is about the day the three wise men arrived on the island and how they came to use horses instead of camels. It starts off with one of our favorite Christmas songs. Los reyes que llegaron a Belén, anunciando la llegada del Mesías. And in a little while, you're going to be hearing a bit of that song sung by the Puerto Rico Ponce Children's Choir in their Christmas concert this year. The next book is also by Carmen Rivera Lassén, illustrated by Juan Álvarez O'Neill. Now, what's special about this book is that it's dedicated to the renowned wood carver, tallador de santos, Don Carmelo Soto, who carved nativity scenes, saints, angels, and Virgin Marys, and who taught us about the tradition we have of celebrating Las Octavas, 8 days after the Three Kings Day, which is on the 6th of January, and sometimes the celebrations extend almost until Ash Wednesday. Yes, Christmas in Puerto Rico takes a very long time. They're called octavitas and are dedicated to Melchor, who is the black wise man. Now in this story, Carmelo, as a little boy, runs into Melchor, the wise man, who has fallen asleep with the Bethlehem star, and people have to get it back. The second important point about this book is that the illustrations evoke the style used by our most prominent print artists like Lorenzo Omar, with whom this illustrator, Juan Álvarez O'Neill, studied. These are very beautiful illustrations. The third book is called Un coquí de Boriquén con los Reyes a Belén by Lara Mercado and Armando Valdés, illustrated by Nívea Ortiz. Now, Armando Valdés, as I researched, is a lawyer, a journalist, and a radio news analyst on a radio station I don't listen to, unfortunately. What is interesting about this book is that it rhymes in both languages. And the message behind this is a very poignant one, that you can keep our traditions wherever you may be. Es por eso que los reyes, por si aún no lo sabías, buscan fieles tu casita en Orlando o Juana Díaz. Y no importa dónde estés, en Nueva York o en San Juan, si contigo está un coquí, ellos siempre te hallarán. And the English version is in the back, although it's not translated Literally, it's a very good translation. The message is clear. That is why the three wise men seek you out year after year in New York or in San Juan, if you're far or if you're near, no matter where you are, in Orlando or Manatee, they'll grant your Christmas wishes if they hear your little coquí. The next book is called Ya llegan los Reyes Magos by Georgina Lázaro, illustrated by Morela Fuenmayor. Now, we can dedicate an entire video just to Georgina Lázaro's books. She's a very prolific children's author. And another thing I like about her is that everything she writes is in rhymes. Now, this book is about what happens on the eve of the Three Kings Day, on the eve of January 6th or January 5th. And it has all the preparations for receiving the three wise men, from writing them a letter, visiting the family, cutting grass for the horses, placing the grass in a box under the bed for the horses. It's a heartwarming book, and I highly recommend it. Now, this book, Las Navidades, Popular Christmas Songs from Latin America, selected and illustrated by Lulu Delacre, is no longer in print, but you might be able to find used ones around. Don't pay $100 for it, but it's a very, very good book, and it has the musical score of a lot of the Latin American Christmas songs, not just Puerto Rico. Lulu Delacre is a fantastic children's book illustrator. Try to find it. It's worth it. The last one is Villancico Yaucano by composer Armando Rivera, illustrated by Ivan Camilli. Basically, a version of The Little Drummer Boy, but Puerto Rican style. I can never listen to it without crying. If you look for Villancico Yaucano on YouTube, you'll find many, many beautiful renditions of it, including our own Plácido Domingo. I'll try to link it in the description box below. But before we end, there's something that has to be said about this. And later on, I'll put just a bit of the villancico sung by the Ponce Children's Choir towards the end. Now, a bit of controversy. Now, those of you who saw my video on my trip to La Feria del Libro Usado will recall that I was ecstatic over the haul of these collections, La Canción Popular. Well, in number 9 of La Canción Popular, there's an article by José Manuel Torres Santiago questioning the appropriation of the song by the composer Amari Veray. The 6-page article, very well researched, I have no doubt, points to Catholic Church documents from as far back as the 18th century in Argentina, no less. He proceeds to compare the original and the Amaury Veray version verse by verse, concluding that it was in fact plagiarized, though Amaury Veray composed the music.